If you like watching me win, this is not the video for you. If you like watching me lose, then yeah, carry on then. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim, filming from my apartment, actually. So, got a brand new studio in the works at Full Grip Games right now. Really excited about that. However, it is in progress right now. So, under construction for the moment. So, I am going to be filming here from the apartment, views from the apartment for the, I don't know, next week or so. This is what we got going on. But today I've got a super sweet deck. This is Zach Zamora's 13th place Golisopod GX deck from the Memphis Regional Championships. Pretty excited about this, honestly. We haven't seen a whole lot of these straight Golisopod variants in the metagame at all. I mean, pretty much non-existent. I know that Azul beat me in top 4 of Memphis last year with a Golisopod Garbodor deck, and that just played Golisopod and then Garbodor, not even Trashlands Garbodor, just straight Golisopod and Ability Lock Garbodor. So this is just Golisopod and Magcargo, and really is kind of the closest thing I feel like I've seen to Azul's deck. I mean, in essence, right? Because Ability Garbotoxin Garbodor is no longer legal, but we do have that similar kind of, stage 1 line to take that place. So this is a very weird opening hand for us, but we are playing against a Zygarde deck right now, so should be absolutely no problem for us to handle. Yeah, Andrew, that comment does not age well. I think I'm not going to go in with that Acerola. I think I'm also going to get rid of a DCE here. And then I feel like I just want to get Lele if it's in deck, which it is. And then we're going to do a big Lily here turn 1 and hope that we just draw into better cards. Now, I'm thinking that we might even just slap the DCE on the Slugma to help us retreat it. I really am just going to be able to use first impressions this game and really not worry about it at all. That being said, my opponent will probably knock out my Slugma, but if they do, I'm not super concerned about it. So let's just do that. I actually do want to just draw more cards. I want to draw more aggressively with this Lily, so I'm totally fine just wasting these 2 DCE. And then I think that I can honestly win the game with just Grass Energy alone, since we are playing against this Zygarde deck here. We got kind of a very odd hand for ourselves. This is like not necessarily what we want to see at all. Not great, right? But this is fine. Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball. Probably going to discard that Resource Management Oranguru. And then also the Field Blower. That's okay. And we'll just get ourselves, I feel like we need a Wimpod. And then we just kind of Kukui from here. As much as, yeah, I could save that Ultra Ball for Smooth over next turn and then Kukui into something. That just feels even worse. So I think we just regrettably kind of, fill our bench out like this and just pass. Unfortunately, I think that's just where we're at right now. And then hope that my opponent really doesn't have too much going on their side. But Zygarde should be an aggressive deck. They're probably going to be slapping down Brooklet Hill here, going in with early double colorless energy and just firing off very quick cell connector attacks. And, if they really get going quickly, they'll be able to accelerate as early as this first turn with that cell connector and start Lands Wrathing me, which would be really stressful. They've also got Enhanced Hammer. This is the thing about playing against a Zygarde deck. I feel like there's no rule to what a Zygarde deck can look like. I have no idea what I'm playing against here. I had no idea that they were going to have the Enhanced Hammer for that Slugma there. So that definitely kind of hinders my plans. So it looks like a Zygarde Lycanroc deck. You can tell from the Rock Ruff there. Probably getting, let's see, they got a Buzzwole. Okay. And then are they going to go in and Jet Punch? That is annoying. Not going to lie, for sure. Definitely not super into that, but that's okay. They're going to try to get down my Wimpod. Makes sense. We've got ourselves a Cynthia, so hooray for that. We are just going to utilize that. No point in using Magma Ring here. We're just going to Cynthia and hope we draw into some better cards like, I don't know, Golisopod. That's fine. And then I'm going to need a Guzma or something eventually. Let's just play the Great Ball. Okay. We've got ourselves another Golisopod here. I've already got another Wimpod in my hand, but we've got no real way to retreat this Slugma next turn, so that's fine. I think I am just going to evolve. We will throw down the other Wimpod, sure. And then, yeah, don't really need that Rescue Stretcher yet. We're just sitting here, just waiting. Unfortunately, we're just waiting. Now, we really want a Tapu Koko in play. We've just drawn so awkwardly, I think, and just haven't really had the luxury of seeing those cards yet. So my opponent very intelligently did get that Zygarde out the active, though. They do not want that thing to be front and center against this grass-oriented deck for sure. But they will be able to soften me up a little bit and put some critical damage on this Golisopod GX. I mean, really bringing this thing down to like 150 hit points. Not good for me. Also, if they can wipe out my only Golisopod in play with a Lycanroc or something like that, that's going to be pretty devastating for me as well. And they seem to be setting up pretty good, honestly. Like they pretty much got everything they need. You can see how low maintenance their deck is as well. Just all they need is energy and basic Pokemon, and they're good to go. I think I will Rescue Stretcher, put that Oranguru in the deck just to help me draw more cards, please, with this Lily. We'll also evolve this Golisopod here, and then we're going to Lily for a draw of 5. I didn't Oranguru yet. That's fine. I wanted to kind of save it, see maybe if I pare this hand down, and then maybe I would have gotten to, instruct into something, which we can still kind of do. I don't think that there are any switch cards in this deck, but we're going to smooth over and find out. All right, so let's go. Smooth over, and we have ourselves Ultra Ball. Guzma is our only switch card, so that's not good. We can get DCE, and yikes, that's not going to help. We can get a Grass Energy. We can get, oh boy. So not really a whole lot that I like here. I think a Guzma would be good, right? And we could potentially utilize that next turn. I can't use Enhanced Hammer. This is just kind of a bummer. I feel like we just wait for that Guzma and hopefully we can use it next turn. I don't really think that there's anything. I mean, I could have like stacked a Grass Energy and Acrobiked into it, I guess. Gotten a second Grass Energy on this Golisopod. That's probably better, but if my opponent knocks out this Golisopod next turn, then I can just smooth over Acrobike next turn and make it happen with the Guzma top deck and like knock out something that they've got. So that's kind of my thought. We're going to just chill here, see how we do. Blah, yikes. What an awkward state of affairs for me here. But I do like having the Enhanced Hammer. It's definitely a good card, and I am going to appreciate it if my opponent ever puts down a DC, which I'm assuming they play probably a few copies of Double Colorless Energy since it jives well with Lycanroc GX and Zygarde GX, definitely. So we're gonna grip that and just hope that they lay down a DCE or something. I don't think that they're going to be doing any sort of crazy Lycanroc play this turn. I expect that that's kind of going to happen next turn. They're going to take this time to knock out Magcargo, which is okay. I can set up another one. I do play a 2-2 line. My opponent's going to continue going in on my Golisopod GX, which is really unfortunate because I am not really going to get a chance to utilize this this Buzzwole at all. So that's not really what we want to see. Let's promote this, and then we're just going to Guzma up the Zygarde and knock that out. I think that's probably our best bet. Unfortunately, we got that. There's nothing really worth Brooklining for. Let's just Acrobike, see what we get here. We've got Magcargo and Ultra Ball. Yikes. Okay, I think we take the Ultra Ball and kind of pare this hand down so we can instruct a little bit more, and we just kind of, just accept that we are not really going to be utilizing the, let's see, if I knock out the Rockruff, my opponent actually doesn't have a good way to deal with the Golisopod if I knock out Rockruff this next turn. So that could be okay, actually. And I think I kind of like that. Let's look at my deck real quick. I think I kind of prefer that. We got 2 Tapu Kokos in here. I think I just Ultra Ball for like a Tapu Koko, honestly. That kind of feels good, having a free retreater. I think I like that. let's Ultra Ball away Wimpod and Oranguru. See, because if I go in on that Zygarde, which that Zygarde's going to be there. It's not going anywhere. It's definitely going to be there. So if I go in on that Zygarde, my thought is that my opponent will just Sledgehammer me. I could Crossing Cut the Zygarde. That doesn't feel horrible, but then they will probably still Sledgehammer me. So I want to like play around Sledgehammer is my thought. So I have 110 hit points. They don't have a good way to do 110 damage next turn. Let's just go here. Let's Guzma up the Rockruff, and I'm going to Armor Press. I'm going to Armor Press. So we're going to Instruct here as well. Now we've got, yes, this is very good. Okay, so then I definitely have a backup attack next turn. And really what we want, is to be able to like Acerola next turn. So we're going to hope that we draw into an Acerola with the Oranguru. Yes, we're not going to be stacking it into play, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's all good. We do have Oranguru here. We are hitting our Ultra Balls. That's good as well. And then I do have the option to like Crossing Cut next turn. Even if I just hit a Guzma off of the Instruct, it's still going to be better than if I had just played directly into this Sledgehammer here. This Sledgehammer is not going to be knocking me out. I'm only at 5 prizes. They're going to be doing like 80 damage, 60 damage. Like, they'll damage the Golisopod, but this gives me an opportunity to hit some sort of Acerola, like I said. They also, benching the Diancie means they do not have any room on the bench for Lycanroc. And even though Lycanroc is grass weak, it's still like, still a very like high threat level card for me. It's not exactly a card that I love to see because it can one-hit KO my Golisopods very easily, and they can put me in a weird position if I just can't respond to a Lycanroc. The Lycanroc can kind of wreak some havoc on me, so definitely I prefer my opponent not having any Lycanroc in play. That is good for me. Knocking out this Buzzwole will be a pain. I was going to say, actually, I don't think I like that DCE there. I would feel much more... Anaporter. Ooh, that's kind of funny. So yeah, Anaporter removes that to the Buzzwole instead. That is a very funny kind of thing there. I was gonna say I think I'd rather them, if they drew into it, I would definitely love to see my opponent attach the fighting to the Buzzwole there. I think that's a much more threatening play, scarier for me anyway. So let's hit that. Yeah, we're definitely going to hit that with Enhanced Hammer, sure. And then we're going to Ultra Ball away these two things here and just fail to search. And let's see, what are our odds? We have 2 Guzma, and that's it. There's no Acerola? There's an Acerola in here, right? No, there's no Acerola in here. Yikes. Okay, so we have Guzmas are our options to hit. We have our 1 Acerola is in the discard pile. I thought this list maybe played 2, but I guess not. That's fine. We're going to slap this down here and then just Instruct for 3 and hope it works out. I don't really see any other way out of this. Looks as if it has not worked out for us, so that's fine. That's just great. It's no worries here. Let's just Lily for 5, I think, and then we're going to Cynthia the following turn. I don't really think that there's any point in Cynthiaing. We know we did not hit the things that we needed, so we just have to do the very lame thing that Golisopod does. And first impression for 30. That is rough, and we know that it's going down. My opponent is probably going to be able to do that. Yes, what do they do? 30, 60, 80 damage. Yep, they're knocking out the Golisopod this turn, so they were able to get over with that Buzzwole GX, which is super frustrating. But this time, I can Crossing Cut something. I can Crossing Cut and promote, any other of my Pokemon, this Buzzwole, if I want to. They might not have the easiest time knocking that out. I don't have Choice Band for my Crossing Cut right now, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we got off to just a rocky start this game, but I think we should be able to start to buff this out just with this Guzma here, and my opponent just not really having a whole lot going on their side of the field. I could even create a play where maybe I get to Swing Around. Even though Swing Around doesn't do all that much, I am on an odd prize count, so I think, let's see, we either Guzma up this thing, knock it out. Yikes. I mean, I really want a choice band here so I could crossing cut. But we have 2 Guzmas, so I have 2 chances to get it. I think that the rainbow energy just goes best on this. It's a tough call. We are going to use Guzma here. We are going to probably knock out this Zygarde. That or we knock out the active, then knock out Zygarde. And then, yeah, I think I actually kind of like that. That's fine. We could just armor press for 100. Retreat. And then we armor press for 100. And then Guzma the following turn, knock out the Zygarde GX. That's fine. So let's just armor press here. And then that or we crossing cut. Yeah, I think armor press is fine. Let's see. We should probably Lily first if we're actually going to just like not do anything this turn. Let's get, yes. Okay, we're going to Pal Pad. Let's throw that Acerola and then also a Guzma back into the deck. That's fine. I really just need Guzmas to try and win this game. I also would probably like another, Wimpod or something, but that's okay. If we knock this thing out, we can just, we crossing cut. That seems like a huge waste. We could just promote the Buzzwole. It's probably going to go undamaged. Then, yeah, we want to save the crossing cut probably to try and finish off the Lele. So let's just armor press here. We can force my opponent to take 2 more big knockouts if I'm able to just, if I'm able to tank a couple hits here. Take a GX knockout next turn, go to 2 prizes. And then potentially if I just top deck into Choice Band or something, I could just win the game. I haven't actually seen the choice. I haven't made a mental note if that choice band is in deck or not, but I could check with the Nest Ball or the Brooklet Hill next turn and kind of figure that out. We can see how my opponent's deck's kind of fizzling out unless they got a Beast Ring this turn with the Buzzwole GX. I mean, that would be scary. This is looking like it's probably a Buzzrock deck. I can't really tell what kind of deck it is. Is it Buzzrock? Is it Zygarde? I think it's probably Buzzrock. They have the baby Buzzwole and everything. They have Buzzwole GXs. They have Lycanroc. They have Diancie. But they have 2 Lele's out as well. They have Enhanced Hammer and a Porters. I mean, really, I have no idea what's in this deck. It could be just about anything. So they're going to stall with this Oranguru, and that's pretty ideal for me as well. But what's not ideal is them loading up this this Rockruff, right? So we need to figure out what we're going to do about that threat because that's bad. And now they're in a situation where they could just Jet Punch for they could Jet Punch this Oranguru for knockout. That's very not good. So let's see what we got right here. It's Nest Ball, see what the deck is looking like. We actually have a Wimpod. I didn't know we had another Wimpod in the deck, so that's good. We got 1 Choice Band in the deck as well. Let's get ourselves a Wimpod. Yeah, let's get ourselves a Wimpod for sure. And then I think we're just going to Guzma and Armor Press. Yeah, I think we just do that. And then I have game, honestly. If they knock me out with Lycanroc, I just have game. So we just Guzma and probably we could crossing cut, I suppose. I know they play Enhanced Hammer, so I don't want to put this Rainbow Energy down for, in case they mess with me here. I think we just bait them into trying to knock me out with Lycanroc GX and then just win the game with our own Golisopod. That seems fine. Crossing cut probably is the most reasonable play, but then if they Enhanced Hammer, yeah, that's annoying, right? So let's just Armor Press is probably cool. You can just save the crossing. Yeah, no, let's crossing cut. I don't really think that there's any other better time to crossing cut for me. I'm just imagining I'm not building up another. I don't think I'm building up another. There's my other Acerola. I don't think I'm building up another DCE Golisopod. I think the game is going to escalate much quicker here. So with this, I feel like I kind of forced them to put the Lycanroc in play. Or not. I guess they could just Jet Punch and then use Lycanroc for game. If they do that, I can just target down. Let's see, they're going to multi-switch. What do they got going on? Oh, wow. Okay. So they're going all in on a big Buzzwole here. I see it. It's not a bad play. For sure, I definitely I got what they are doing here. And I guess maybe I shouldn't have crossing cut there. Probably the Armor Press would have been fine. But they get to Knuckle Impact here. That's crazy. So then they're going to go to Absorption GX. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because now they can Knuckle Impact for game if I don't just win, right? That's pretty nuts. So that is wild. They're doing enough damage to just, completely wipe anything I do off the board here. And then I kind of bullied myself out of the game by using my Crossing Cut GX, because now I don't have the option to knock out that Lele. So you see me kind of learning the deck here. That's okay. I mean, I'm not really too bummed out about it, but super heads up play by my opponent there. Definitely what's up. They played very well. So let's see here. We could probably attach the Rainbow Energy to the Golisopod. That's fine. And then I think let's see. I could do 150. I can't Flying Flip. I can Guzma, I guess. Let's retreat into here, and then let's Guzma. Let's Guzma up like the Lele, I guess. And then if they have Guzma for game, they have Guzma for game. That's fine. And then I think I'm just going to hope that they kind of get stuck. I don't really see any other way around this. I think we're kind of just in a little bit of a grinder here. I actually don't know what I'm going for. I could have just attacked the Lele. I don't know why I didn't just attack the Lele. I don't really know what I'm waiting for. They just have Guzma anyway, so that's going to be game on my opponent's part. So that kind of I think I played myself there. I think I should have won that game, but my first time playing Golisopod, honestly, you guys don't really see me play Golisopod a lot. So I definitely was caught in a little bit of a grinder there. I'm going to play again and see how we do. I definitely could have won that game, and I know it, but it's all good. That's how we learn things. Definitely a learning experience for me. So it's all good. We're going to roll again, see if we can take this next one against some sort of fairy colorless deck. Hopefully this is not a Sylveon deck, right? This is going to be brutal for me. Gosh, I didn't see all that coming with the multi-switch and all that. I just, like I said, I wasn't able to predict what my opponent was playing. The multi-switch play, didn't really see that coming. I shouldn't have just played into what my opponent, I shouldn't have played into my opponent definitely putting the Lycanroc down, because I knew that they could save the Lycanroc for a game-winning play. I also didn't see the Buzzwole GX just coming out of nowhere like that with the multi-switch. I didn't think they played multi-switch, so that really threw me for a loop there. I should have acrobiked first, but that's all good. We're fine here. Let's get the Wimpod, I think, and then actually, yeah, I probably want to start attacking. Oh, this is a yikes. This is a Sylveon deck, isn't it? This is definitely a Sylveon deck. Oh, why is it a Sylveon deck? Okay, that's fine. Let's put, I don't know, what do you do against a Sylveon deck? This seems horrible. I don't think I can win this one at all. I think we're probably going to need to Flying Flip, but then I am also going to need to Instruct. So we'll probably end up Flying Flipping here. And then, I don't know, let's just pass. I guess there's no reason to put it on the bench or the active. There's no Flare Grunt anymore. So let's just pass to my opponent and see what they end up having. I guess we could just sit here and more or less just pass indefinitely, but no, they'll just start attacking with Fairy Wind. So this is just all bad. Yeah, Team Scroll Grunt, oh yeah, they got that DCE right out of my hand, so that's just horrible. If they got an Enhanced Hammer too, dude, this is all wrong. They would just have needed to not have an energy for me to have any chance in this game, I think. But now that they can just set up this loop, I guess we do have a Rangaroo. Oh, goodness, we have a Rangaroo, but what can a Rangaroo really do for us against this deck? I mean, we could just sit here for an hour just trying not to deck out, I guess, but that is not what I'm trying to do on video. It is late, I've got work tomorrow. No, this seems horrible. Oh, goodness, can't I just play against some deck where I know exactly what my opponent is doing? But I guess not. This is fine. I mean, let's think. A Rangaroo. If we get a Rangaroo out, We can throw more things back into the deck. I don't think that I'm going to be able to beat my opponent on resources, though. I just don't think that that's like a thing that we got as an option. So let's Kukui. All right, we got Nest Ball, and we've also got, yeah, let's see, we'll get that guy. We've also got Great Ball. I just don't think we can do it. I don't think we can do it at all, but let's see here. We'll get we'll get that guy out, and then we'll Great Ball as well. And that seems all bad. Getting more than one, Wimpod out seems all bad. I think everything about this seems all bad, but we'll instruct for one, and then we're gonna Flying Flip. We got ourselves a Golisopod. That's nice, but I don't really think there's any point in evolving. But sure, we'll do it. That's okay. And we're just gonna go ahead and give it a good old Flying Flip here for 20 damage, and then I guess. No, there's no way we can crossing cut for game next turn. They're obviously going to remove this this double colorless energy. That's for sure. They got an enhanced hammer, like guaranteed. I think. Oh goodness. So let's see. I just need to think about this Oranguru. So, is there any? What can I do with the Oranguru? Throw more energy back into the deck, but at a certain point, I don't see this game taking any reasonable amount of time to conclude. We're just going to be sitting here trying to deck each other out, and I'm trying to get some action going with Golisopod, and I think I think they're probably just going to be able to stick me. Even if I get Oranguru in the active position and start throwing things back into the deck, yes, I'll have an infinite loop, but it's probably going to turn into another situation with the Steelix gameplay. How does this have 40 damage on it? Didn't I just Flying Flip? I Kukui'd. Oh. So you're saying that there's a chance, I guess. What? If I could first impression, I would need to Kukui first impression with the Choice Band. I've seen crazier things happen, but we could end the game right here. That's a start. I also have nothing else going on, so we'll instruct. That's fine. We've got a Wimpod. All right, so it ain't happening like that. But I guess we just keep it just like this. I don't really want to do anything else right now, so we'll just leave it in the active position. I'll see. I mean, if my opponent doesn't do anything, I expect them to heal this turn. That kind of was I kind of needed to win this turn here. I think that's the only window my opponent was going to give me. And if we were drawing well, we could have just won there. That wouldn't have been that hard to accomplish, I don't think. Just 160 damage. I could do 160 damage. But if my opponent's not going to heal, are they going to plead GX me? Are they going to lift me up? Are they going to bring up the Slugma and plea? Are they going to lift up my Golisopod? No, they're going to fairy win. They're going to knock out my dude here. The boldness on my opponent. They really have no fear. They don't think I can do it. But I can. I just need to draw really well here. All right, we are going to Acro Bike. What do we got? We got Ultra Ball. Okay, so I actually like the Ultra Ball because I can maybe... I can Ultra Ball both the cards in my hand away, and that's very good. All right, so let's get the Ultra Ball. And then we're going to Ultra Ball and take a look here, see what we can get. I can get Lele, right? Definitely the Magcargo would have helped me finish this game off. We can get the Lele. Is there another Kukui in my deck? If not, there is a Kukui in my deck. So you're saying we could do it. I think I need to get Lele and I need to get Kukui, and we need to try and just end it right here. So we're going to get Lele. We're going to do Kukui for sure, and we're going to hope we hit a Choice Band, and that's game, right? So I've seen crazier things happen. I think... Right, because I'm doing 150. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Sure, I'm gonna go get a supporter. I think I just go get the Kukui and I play it first, and then I hope I draw into some playable cards, some burnable cards. Right. I think I get this first, and then you Kukui for 2 instead of instructing first. I think this feels correct. And both of them are playable. All right, let's. I know my opponent's like, no, you didn't, and I'm like, dude, bro, I'm going for it. Let's go. We're about to instruct for 3, and we're gonna hope that we get it. We get a Palpad. Gonna throw the Kukuis back into the deck, and then we've got 3 cards to win the game. Come on, let's just do it. Give it to me. Give me No! Oh, we didn't get it. Oh, why am I 20 damage short of this? Oh, the agony. Okay, that's fine. Let's, why? Why? We don't have Acerola or anything. That's not really going to help. We got Kukui again. I could put the Rainbow Energy onto the Oranguru, and then it would allow me to Acerola it. I think I just put some things back into the deck. Sure, here we go. Oranguru swag. Let's go. We're going to retreat into this guy. And just resource management. Start throwing some gas back into the deck. We probably want that Field Blower. That seems like a good card. Also, the Pal Pad seems kind of good. And then, I don't know, DCE seems fine. Let's just do that. One card off winning the game that last turn. My opponent's really flirting with death here. Not getting healing cards with that, with the fairy win there. And now they've got another EV. So I think that just about, kind of kills the game for me. I wonder if they're going to knock out the Oranguru, though. They can. I put the Rainbow Energy on the Oranguru, so they can just 110 knock out my Oranguru. I don't really mind if they do. Honestly, it's all good. I got another Kukui. We're going for Choice Band again and knock this thing out if they don't get it like that. So Plumeria, oh, just take me home. Just let me get out of here. They're gonna discard 2 cards, remove my grass. It's fine. I don't really care. And then they're gonna fairy. They're probably just gonna take 6 prizes here. They're just gonna be aggressive and try to just remove my energy and also knock me out. Yeah, so they are gonna knock out that Oranguru, which I agree with. Oranguru is a pain. Allows me to get my things back. They definitely want to take care of that while it's there. So let's see. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, it was the next card. Okay. So here we are. I guess we just go for it. We're going to Kukui again. We're going to draw 2 cards. None of those are playable. So dude, just get me out. All right, get me out of this game. Well played. You got it, dude. All right, we're gonna do one more. That was we're out. Yep. Get me out of this game. Get me out of this matchup. Nope. Do not feel like dealing with that. We're gonna roll one more here and see if we can't get anything a little bit more agreeable for our Golisopod deck. I think I was just so tilted. The next card is the Choice Band. I could have just won right there. And I just did not feel like just duking it out with that Oranguru for 30 more minutes. I mean, that's really what it would have came down to. My opponent could have, maybe they could have been more aggressive, taken more prizes. I could have started ace rolling and things. It just would have been a nightmare. All right, so Game 3, third game ever with the Golisopod deck. 3rd time's a charm. Let's see if we can actually win one here and do a little something. This Golisopod, I'm not really sure about it. Honestly, Resolute Claws, if your opponent's active Pokemon is Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX, does 70 more damage. So I guess actually that is an out to knock out 180 hit point Pokemon. You can knock out Lele's and stuff, after you've already used your crossing cut. So I do kind of like that as an inclusion. It's not bad at all. And just being able to pump out a huge amount of damage. Also really good against the Shrine decks, I guess, right? Not really good, actually. You're only doing 80 damage, but you take 30 less damage from attacks. So your opponent's Pokemon is going to be doing effectively nothing to you. So that's pretty wild against Shrine decks. If you could just get out one of these things, your opponent really isn't doing anything, and then you could just kind of build up an energy on a Wimpod on the bench, and then just a Acerola into another copy of it, and just keep kind of streaming this thing over and over again, just pumping out 80 damage a turn. So not optimal in that you're not one-hit KOing anything, but definitely a cool strategy against the Shrine decks. So we do have a Slugma here. That's good. It's also Great Ball. We're going to get Tapu Koko and Wimp out into our Tapu Koko. And then I'm thinking that we probably just do the Koko spread. That probably seems reasonable. But what is the point really? I guess, is my opponent going to knock me out next turn? Maybe. They've got 4 Psychic Energies in the discard pile. They could very easily churn out a quick little KO there. Resolute Claws isn't really going to be doing me a whole lot, though I will say That's I'm not getting knocked out by that Deoxys, that's for sure. So I think that we just wimp out. Let's just wimp out and go in with that flying flip. Sure, put a little pressure on my opponent. You know, if they ignore this for too long, going to be able to wipe out a bunch of Inkays, but I imagine they're just going to smack down these Malamars and then probably just get a turn 2 Power Blast short, because that's just the way this deck goes sometimes. And they appear to be setting up very well. They would need to draw into a Skateboard and another Malamar, but they play a lot of switch cards, so I'm willing to bet that they probably just got it like that, and then I'm going to be stuck just looking really hectic here. Really kind of starting off slowly if they got it like that. Yep, there's the Skateboard. Secret Rare Skateboard. Looking fly there, Marty McFly. All right, yikes. The Deoxys there, going to be using Power Blast on my Tapu Koko. This is just a depressing gameplay. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, this is not good. Should have won that game against Buzzrock, but I played myself, so didn't get to see that happen. All right, let's throw this Wimpod into the active position. Now we're in a tough spot, but this is fine. We got the Magcargo, which we can smooth over, and stack a card with Acrobike. So that is good. But what in the world do we stack and get? Probably a draw supporter. That seems like the most reasonable thing to do. This guy takes 30 less damage from attacks. I like that. So I think I'm probably just going to throw him into the active position because it's not going to get knocked out by Power Blast next turn. So that seems pretty good. Ooh, yikes. Yep. All right. So let's smooth over. Yeah, let's just go get ourselves a supporter card. I like that. We're just going to get ourselves something nice, you know, like a Lily. We play like 3 or 4 of those. That's okay. We're going to get that. And then I think I'm actually okay kind of attaching the DCE to the active Golisopod, saying, you know what, my opponent's not going to knock me out next turn, and then maybe I can Resolute Claws or something like that. That's okay. Let's Acrobike into that Lily, get the Lily good, and then, sure, this is fine. And then I think I've kind of given up on attacking this turn, because you have to have, this deck plays no switch cards, so it's just not happening, and that's okay. We do have some other stuff. We got some action going on here, though. I got Rescue Stretcher. I got Nest Ball. We can make some plays. I like that. Let's go get ourselves, put a Pokemon from our discard pile in our hands. Get that Koko back. This is kind of like the lifeblood of our deck. We need this thing. Let's be honest. And then I do have the Golisopod, though. It's kind of scary. My opponent's got a lot of Psychics in the discard pile. If they just, smack down I guess they could accelerate 3, if they get a 3rd Malamar and then just a Necrozma and a Guzma. I don't really think that there's any point. Yeah, so that's okay. Let's just get the Oranguru out the deck as well. And hopefully we can kind of get this engine going here. Next turn, Kukui for knockout on the Deoxys. If the Deoxys is still in the active position, that's kind of what it's looking like right now for us. Or that, or we just Resolute Claws and then maybe Flying Flip for knockout on that DX. That just is too much work to take one prize, that's for sure. But I don't really mind having the DC here. Just having that card kind of in the bank as an option is very good for us, and honestly, just being able to pump out that 180 damage kind of on a whim, it's going to be super cool. So we definitely dig that. And sure enough, that Magcargo gets targeted right away. I don't like this. The Magcargo is who we need to make this deck work. We definitely need to keep the Magcargo out. And the Magcargo is just always getting hated on. My opponent's just knocking this thing out. And when we don't get to stack our deck, this deck is not, really doing it for us, doing everything that we needed to do when we can't stack. We really want to choose our top decks for sure. So, do we Resolute Claws for knockout? That's the thing. We could just first impression for knockout probably just makes more sense. So we'll probably just do that. But if we do first impression for knockout, my opponent could probably respond with a Necrozma. If they respond with a Necrozma, I'm going to try and respond with Golisopod. So that's just what we got going on. All right, that's fine. Yup. We're going to hope that they don't have it. We do have the Lele. We could go get ourselves the Kukui and knock it out with Resolute Claws. That just seems kind of underwhelming. Then I guess my opponent doesn't have anything super juicy to knock out a Golisopod with 160 hit points unless it's a Necrozma. But if they do knock me out with Necrozma, I don't really have anything to respond to their Necrozma, weirdly enough. I mean, I would just probably flying flip the Necrozma and then but I guess I have an easy out to knock out. This is fine. Yeah, that's okay. I think I kind of like it. Yeah, let's just go get the Kukui. Let's knock it out with Resolute Claws. I'm kind of cool with this. This is all right. Let's do it. So we're going to get this. Going to knock it out. That feels okay. Kukui, great. We've got ourselves a Lily and a Guzma. I definitely feel good about that Guzma. That's good. And let's just knock out this annoying Deoxys here with that Resolute Clause. I don't really think that there's any point in evolving yet. I just don't want my opponent to blow up an unsuspecting Golisopod. That just would feel so bad. And at this point, if my opponent cannot respond to the Golisopod this turn, then I can just Guzma and knock out a Malamar with Resolute Clause. The 80 damage is going to be enough since I did get that one flying flip in. But if my opponent puts down like a Marshadow, or if they put down a Necrozma, like I said, that's kind of cool for me. I'm okay with that. And if they put a Necrozma into the active position, it's kind of suboptimal for them because that thing's got like a wonky retreat cost of 2 and doesn't really ever want to be in the active position. This deck wants to have, definitely wants to have Marshadow kind of out there, but we can see my opponent going for the Necrozma. They know that they have to do this in order to deal with this Golisopod. So as I had suspected, yeah, like if I had attacked with the Golisopod GX, my opponent then, ooh, they got Guzma. So are they just going to go for the Tapu Lele? I'm cool with that. If they knock out the Tapu Lele, that actually is a better situation for me because I think that I just will go in and might get to Resolute Clause the Necrozma for knockout with Choice Band. If I could get that, that would be pretty cool, while also attaching the DCE to my Wimpod here. It's unfortunate. Oh, they did not Guzma. All right, so they are just going to knock this thing out. So I guess that Guzma is like preemptive, like they have it so that they can Guzma next turn and then knock out my Lele, probably, something like that. So that is a little bit frustrating because I do not have a knockout on them, and I can only do 170 damage. That's just, if I were to Kukui and hit in with first impression. So that is just annoying for sure. I think that this is just like a flying flip turn. I don't really think that there's anything else to it. But if it is a flying flip turn, they'll have 160 hit points. That just is like a very annoying amount of damage for me to hit. So I know they have Guzma. I know that they have knockout then on that Lele. That's super rough. Without the Magcargo here, we're really just kind of grinding our wheels. We don't really have a whole lot going on. I would much rather them take the Lele than my Golisopod though. So it's just rough all around. Okay, we're gonna Ultra Ball away Lily and Ultra Ball. Probably get ourselves another Slug. I'm gonna try to set up another Magcargo here. I think at this point, like I said, yeah, flying flip seems like the best way to go. I could Guzma, I guess, but like I know they have Guzma in their hands, so there's no point in playing Guzma for sure. Let's just Lily, make them take out my Lele. That's fine, even though it's definitely not optimal. No, this is bad. Let's get rid of the Guzma. That's okay. Save that for... I think we want another one of these just in case my opponent is able to knock out my only Wimpod as well. That would also be bad. So we're just going to flying flip. And I am obviously this Golisopod deck is just not jiving with me. So I'm sorry, guys. This is my first time out. I have never played, straight Golisopod or anything like this. So shout out to Zach Zamora for being able to rock this thing all the way to 13th place at the Memphis Regional Championships. This deck is tough to play. It is not super straightforward. There's a lot of definitely a flow to it that I just don't necessarily have down. And I think that, between, I guess, just not having the exact ordering right on some of my plays there, or, on some of the routes that I took in some of these games. And then also just, kind of getting some wonky starts as well. Things have just not exactly been buffing out for me here. The deck seems like the power level might just be like a little bit low, which is frustrating. I think just 120 damage is not a whole lot. Yes, you have options to do 180, but it seems like it just tries, struggles really hard to do 180 damage, where decks like Necrozma and Vika Ray could just very easily do 180 damage, right? And I think that probably is going to be my major gripe with this deck. And at this point, they can just very easily have any sort of Guzma for game here. So we're just going to do that. We're going to go get ourselves probably a Magcargo here so we can actually stack our deck a little bit. And then I think, in order to knock this thing out, I have to get Choice Band 150. And then I have to yikes. Yeah, it's just all bad. I guess they need a Guzma, kind of, right? So we need Choice Band and Kukui, right? That's just like the combo we need. There's no real other way around it to take this knockout. So let's, I guess there's two, and we need an energy. Oh boy. So we only got 2 of those energies left. That's not good. I guess we just go stack Kukui onto the deck, and then we instruct for 3, and then we try to draw more and just hope that we just straight stone cold get everything we need. And if not, then I guess we're out of luck. So let's go instruct. Come on, we got Kukui in here. We got a Great Ball. That's fine. We can thin the deck a little bit more. Let's get another Tapu Koko. Sure. And then we're going to, I guess Kukui. We could just see, do we get No, we missed the energy. But I got everything else that I needed. Man, so that's just a little bit sad, but that's okay. I guess we just kind of hope that my opponent doesn't win the game this turn, right? So we'll Flying Flip again for a little bit extra damage. We didn't actually take any knockouts. These guys are at 60. That's horrible. This guy's at 60. That's horrible. It's at 40. It's just all bad, and they got Guzma for game. So that's it. Good game to my opponent. Well played. I'm out of here. I gotta go to bed. Y'all have fun playing this deck. Maybe you guys could do better than I did. 0-3. Oh my gosh. Yikes. That is rough. That is rough. I'm sorry, guys, for a miserable show tonight, but that's okay. This is, like I said, Zach Zamora's 13th place Golisopod deck from the Memphis Regional Championships. Hopefully y'all can play this deck better than I did. So that was probably one of the roughest showings that I had in a little while, but it's okay. Just be like that sometimes, and you can't win them all. So that's the Golisopod Magcargo deck. Our Magcargo's just got targeted down really bad, though I don't think that you actually really like your Sylveon matchup either. And then the Buzzwole matchup was close. So to be fair, I think that I just don't like the deck. I just personally don't favor it. But that's kind of the tough thing about running a channel, right? Is that I have to play all the decks, and you guys get to see me do really badly with the decks that aren't really, exactly my cup of tea. But hey, we got some variety in there. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching the video. Thank you all for bearing with me here in the apartment studio makeshift while I get my brand new beautiful studio created at Full Grip Games. So super stoked on that. Got a couple of exciting things on the horizon. First of all, running a playmat sale right now. So if you ever wanted one of those dope Misty or Sabrina playmats that I got, they're half off in the Etsy store right now. Just trying to liquidate in order to create some prizing for some upcoming things. I got, first of all, a base Neo tournament that I'm going to be running next weekend with me and a bunch of friends. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm trying to create some prizing for that. And I'm going to be recording a lot of the games and showing those off here on the channel. So that's going to be really exciting. Going to vlog it. It's going to be super dope. And then also that playmat design contest that I talked about, trying to create some funding for those two things, just so the playmat design contest is going to have a prize of $100 as well. When I get that up and going, I'm going to create an email that you guys can email submissions to. These are two exciting things I got on the horizon, so stay tuned for those as well. And then I'm done teaching next week. So lots and lots of exciting stuff on the horizon. I'm stoked, and just should be great. But anyways, I'm tired. Going to go to bed. Hope you all have a great day. Peace.